Happy Halloween and welcome to my Halloween live stream party. I almost canceled this party about 30 minutes ago or less. Actually, I hope you guys can hear me. Hold on, let me check this out. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? This is actually my first live stream, so I actually have absolutely have no idea what I'm doing. How do you go live webcam? But can you guys hear me? Let me see if you guys can hear me. I'm gonna check on my other on my phone because I feel like can't hear me, can't hear me, can't hear me, can't hear me, can't hear me. This probably won't happen again in the future. I just don't know what I'm doing because this is my first live stream. But happy Halloween, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day. Having a very happy Halloween. I actually didn't get to go to any like Halloween costume parties because I was out of town for my honeymoon and my birthday. My birthday just passed, so I am now 21 again. No, 22 again. That was my favorite age because that's my favorite number. So we'll just say that I'm there and we'll stay there, because forever young. I feel very much 18 years old anyway. But let me check something out. Can you hear me? Okay. All right, cool. I think we're good with the sound. All right. Yes. So this is my first live stream and I almost canceled it because to be honest, I was not feeling my best, still not feeling my best for several reasons. One of them being my monthly women's cycle that just came along and it's kind of affecting my mood, but and then some other things, but nonetheless, I went to actually go cancel it, and then I was like looking at the settings, and I was like, this may be cool, so let's go ahead and check it out, anyways. And that just got me excited all over again. So I was like, let's go through with it, because I did some preparation for this. So why cancel it? Let's just go through with it. We never know. This may help me feel better. So I'm excited to be here. I hope you guys are excited to be here as well. You're probably watching the replay because I'm very early in my YouTube journey. So if you are watching this, definitely, please, please, please like and subscribe so that you can help your girl grow here in YouTube and so that I can continue to come to you guys and make content. But however, I do enjoy the journey of making content. I love it. So either way, your girl's not going to stop. So, but please like and subscribe. Help your girl out in these YouTube streets. All right, but so I did not get the s'mores. I was going to make the s'mores on my beautiful fancy s'more maker from Crate and Barrel. I'll have to do that for you guys another time or do a video on it because I was about to go get the stuff for the s'mores, but one of the reasons why I'm not feeling my best is because your girl has gained a lot of weight. And I just didn't want to do the s'mores because I don't want to eat s'mores right now. I'm not in the mood to eat s'mores or anything. I was also going to get some candy to supplement because it's Halloween and I feel like, you got to eat candy. And speaking of Halloween, I wonder if kids are going to knock on my door or ring my doorbell. We'll see. We'll see if it happens during this live stream. But yeah, and then I was like, well, calories, girl. If we don't like what we looking like in the mirror, what the scale is saying, and believe me, I haven't hopped on the scale in a minute because I am terrified to see what the number is after this vacation because your girl was living her best life, and that's how we got here by living my best life a little bit too much, living my best life. Um, Sometimes you gotta, dial it back and eat some boring stuff. So that's what I'm about to do. This is not my first time, and I feel like this is not what this was supposed to be about. But your girl got a vent. I feel like it's very relatable, especially as we get older, our metabolisms change, our hormones change, and I am currently the heaviest I have ever been in my entire life. So that's not a good feeling. It's just not a good feeling for me. But hey, no matter what you are, what the scale says, if you're happy with who you are, what you look like, and you're happy within your own skin, that's all that matters. But for me right now, your girl's not happy. So we're gonna have to make some changes. And this is not the first time I have been unhappy with my weight. Um, my weight has pretty much fluctuated my entire life. I've always pretty much struggled with my weight. But one thing I know how to do is gain, and another thing I know how to do is lose it. So we're going to go ahead and conquer this so that I can get back to feeling like the baddest on the planet, okay? Because she knows that she is, but she just gotta get back to that, get back to feeling very confident. And don't get me wrong, my confidence is still there. Like I still look at me and I'm like, yes, girl, yes, girl. But a lot of times I don't feel that way, especially when I'm looking at my body like naked after I get out the shower. Very much a lot of information, but it just doesn't feel the same nonetheless. But maybe I'll share that journey with you guys, me losing the weight. And maybe it'll help somebody else along their journey. But wish me luck on that journey as well. I will say I have started and stopped a lot with going to lose the weight that I've recently gained, and it has been a little more challenging now than it has in the past. And I think that is because I'm aging and I'm getting older. So yeah, let's hope that changes. I'm actually gonna put that back. I don't want my cleavage showing. Oh, and it shows anyway. All right. All right. So yeah, that's enough about my whole situation with not feeling like my best self. Let's go ahead and get to the reason why we're here today anyway, which is the Halloween party. And I think I promised you guys, besides the s'mores that we're not doing, so sorry, but your girl don't need those doesn't need those unnecessary calories. So please forgive me on that. I will make s'mores for you another day, and we can eat s'mores together another day, but just not today. I almost didn't even make the cocktails because I'm like, girl, unnecessary calories. Let's drink some water. But I ordered these cocktails and all of this stuff in advance, and I'm excited to try it. Like it's Halloween. What day am I gonna try it if not today? But so I promised you guys. What did I promise you guys? Um, Make and rate cocktails or mocktails from the Bartesian. We would make and eat s'mores, which again we're not gonna do. We're gonna chat Halloween movies and go over some scary stories. And as you can see, I am in costume. I am a cheetah or a leopard. I don't know which one. Don't come for me because I don't know which one. I just don't know, and that's okay. So, anyways, yes, I'm either a cheetah or a leopard, but I think I'm a cheetah. And I got this from the Dollar Tree. Isn't this such a cute little costume from the Dollar Tree? It also came with a tail and a nose that I'm not going to be wearing. One, because you can't see the tail, and two, because I just don't want to wear the nose. Like, I feel like it's cute this way. But, anyways, let's get into the cocktails that I bought from the Bartesian for my Bartesian as well. However, I don't feel like making that. Oh, and don't mind my broken nail. I broke a nail on my vacation, but here are my nails. Very pretty. But yeah, so I was gonna make them on my Bartesian over there, but that's going to be a lot of extra work that I don't feel like doing right now. Again, like your girl barely made it on this live stream because I wasn't feeling my best. So let's just be glad we're here. But yeah, so we're still going to try the cocktails. And lucky for you, if you don't have a Bartesian at home, I'm going to show you how you can make a Bartesian cocktail without having the Bartesian cocktail maker or the machine, because the machine is pretty expensive. It's not cheap. But if you want to get those cocktails at home and you don't have a Bartesian, you can absolutely do that. It's very easy. It's actually a lot easier to do it not using the machine than it is to do it using the machine. So I have my shaker here, and I bought the Witch's Heart cocktail, which is supposed to be made with vodka, and it has like some pretty glitter in it. But yeah, we're gonna be doing tequila because I don't want to mix tequila and vodka, and I'm more of a tequila girl. I'm actually not a vodka girl at all. But anyways, this is the witch's heart. It's supposed to be made with the vodka again, and I've actually had this one. It's pretty good. It's a pretty decent drink. Nothing that'll pretty knock me off my socks, pretty much, but it's very pretty. I will say it's a very pretty beverage. And as you can see, it's iridescent. And then the second cocktail that we will be trying is the Candyman Margarita, also by Bartesian. And this one is to be made with tequila. And to go with those, I thought it would be cute if we went ahead with a rimmer, which is the Bewitching Lime Salt Rimmer. And this actually goes with the Candyman. It says it is best paired with a pineapple margarita, jalapeno lime shrub, Candyman margarita, kamikaze, and all other types of margaritas. And I'll actually try to find the details on the Witch's Heart and the Candyman margarita. I would go and get the boxes, but I don't really want to just go ahead and leave the live stream. And I would have some music playing, but usually be tripping on the copyrights. I have gotten a couple copyright strikes, so I'm not playing with that at all. So let me go ahead and find what is in these cocktails so that you can, know what I'm sipping on and also get a feel for if you think you would like it. So first we will look up what comes in the witch's heart. The witch's heart, pop up. The witch's heart is a blend of berry, green apple, lemon juice, and white grape juice. And it says with edible shimmer for added luminosity, this vodka cocktail will put your guests at your Halloween gatherings under a magical spell. Get it while it lasts. Um, so yeah, this is a actual Halloween cocktail, seasonal cocktail. And fun fact, I got this last year around this time, and it doesn't have an expiration date, so we're just gonna roll with it. And that's the only reason why I've tasted this one. The Candyman, I have not tasted because I wanted to, give you guys my unfiltered opinion about it, and you guys can get my real time reaction about it. But I have made it for somebody who was here and they wanted to try it, and they were only in town for a little bit. So, of course, I wasn't going to be like, no. It came with like 8 of them. So, yeah, but it does smell really good. So, I'm excited to try it. And this one is, what did I say? Says seasonal Candyman margarita is a fun and frightening addition to the Bartesian family of margaritas with sweet, sour, citrus, berry, and candy notes. Ooh. And a cocktail so delicious it'll make you say Candyman 5 times. I thought that was Mother Mary or Bloody Mary. I'm not gonna say that 5 times. um. Oh wow, and that's a drink too. Anyways, but it's okay. Anyways, it's not a Halloween drink. I've never had one. I'm not into like tomato juice. Yeah, it'll be the perfect margarita for the tequila lovers looking for a fun twist on the classic cocktail. Get this spooky seasonal offering today while it lasts. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. And fun fact, I don't even know how to rim a glass. I dip my glasses in, what did I dip them in? Water. And I don't know if that's correct. So we'll put the Candyman in this glass, and I'm just going to go ahead and dip it now. Hopefully it works. It's doing a little something. I think we're just gonna have to roll with that. Yep. And it just dropped a little bit, but that's okay. I can clean the mess. So here's the Candyman, and that one is rim. I don't think I'll rim. No, I'll actually not rim the Witch's Heart because this one is made just for margaritas, and it's supposed to be paired with the Candyman or other margaritas. Now, for how to make a Bartesian cocktail if you don't have a Bartesian cocktail maker machine. All you have to do is literally just, grab this tab, pull it up. I'm sure you guys can see exactly how to do that. And then open it and pour it in your shaker. Add your spirit, your liquor, and we don't need to measure it over here. We're just gonna measure it with our eyes. You know how we do. So don't need to measure it. Don't need this at all. Oh, I don't even think this is a measurer, but I don't need the jigger at all. We got our eyes so that we can, see how much we want to do. So we're just going to open this. I already poured the tequila in here. There's already ice in there, as you can see. And I hope I don't make a mess when I do this. And it's such a pretty color. Such a pretty color. You can't really see. And I don't want to get that on my computer. But we're also just going to pour that here in the shaker. And there's the color there. It's such a pretty, like, purplish pink. Is it called periwinkle? I don't know. And then you're just going to shake it up. All right. And pour it up like that. I feel like a bartender, and it's such a pretty pink, guys. Such a pretty pink. And it comes out the perfect amount. And that is the Candyman. And before I take a sip of that, we're going to go ahead and make the witch's heart. All right. So I'm going to use the same shaker. So the color may change just a little bit. And we're going to do the witch's heart. And all you have to do is go ahead and open it like that. So we have that separated. Oh, let's pour some tequila up in there. Or should we make this one a mocktail? No, we're going to cocktails, It's a party, right? It's a party, it's a party, it's a party, hey. Since I can't have music on YouTube, I'ma sing to you. All right. So now for the witch's heart. So this one is more of a little purple. So if it comes out a little pink, that's probably because I just made the Candyman in the shaker. So please don't judge me. Don't judge me. I wonder what kind of bartender I would be. I don't know if I would be a good one. I don't think I'm cut out for like the food and beverage service kind of job. Ooh, it's such a pretty color. The glitter is like purple. I wish you guys could have seen that when I poured it in. But here it is. I don't know if you probably can't see the glitter in it, but it's got some glitter in it. So we have Le Candyman, Le Witch's Heart. All right, and first I'll try the Witch's Heart because I've already tasted that, and she knows what to expect. So again, the Witch's Heart has. So the Witch's Heart has, goodness, if it loads. The Bartesian.com is working against me right now. Maybe we won't even go back over that. Okay, so it has berry, green apple, lemon juice, and white grape juice. So let's go ahead and taste it. Again, here's the very pretty color. I'll see if I can show you there. Very pretty. And let's take a sip. I taste tequila, for sure. I feel like I didn't put a lot in this one, but I taste the tequila. It goes very well with the tequila, surprisingly, even though it's a vodka-based drink. It is sweet and refreshing, so we'll give it that. I kind of wish I would have made these mocktails so that I could just, give it to you straight because, again, I don't like to taste liquor at all. So, if you want to know if it's like something for someone who doesn't like the taste of liquor, maybe go very light on the liquor because I feel like I did go light on the liquor, but I can still taste the liquor. But it is good. You can definitely taste the berries in it, and I'll say that's what I taste the most. Ooh, now the Candyman. I'm most excited to try this. So I'll try it without the salt rimmer and then with it. Mm, that one is very good. So this Candyman would definitely be my favorite of the two between the Witch's Heart and the Candyman. I'm definitely going Candyman. Oh, they did say to make you say it 5 times. Ooh, it's good. So I'm gonna try it with the lime sauce now. Mm. Shawty, the lime salt on its own is very delicious. I could just sit there and lick that all day. But this is very good. Tastes more on the berry side as well. So that's all I have to say for that because I am no beverage cocktail connoisseur. So I don't know what to tell you other than the fact that it tastes like berries to me. So that's all I'm tasting is berries. But if I had to vote on one of the two, I'm going Candyman. Mm, mm, mm. Yes, Lord. All right. I you can't see the mess, but I am definitely a person who likes to clean up immediately. And the fact that I have um, these empty cocktail things over here, it's fairly distracting. But I will clean that up very shortly once this live stream ends and wraps up. So let's go ahead and talk scary movies. So my favorite, all-time favorite scary movie, and it's crazy because I just did. Oh, I didn't even go back over the flavors of the Candyman. So before we go there, again, the Candyman has sweet and sour citrus berry and candy notes. So that's what this was. But going back to what I was saying about my favorite scary movie, and it's funny because I just hosted a virtual Halloween party at my job, which was my idea. I came up with it. We were actually talking about our favorite scary movies, and then we played a game that I made, which was like a Saw kind of murder mystery game. It was a lot of fun, but I got to hear about everybody's scary movies. But anyways, about my scary movie favorite. Ooh, excuse me. About my favorite scary movie. My all-time favorite scary movie, which I watch several times a year, not just in October, is Jeepers Creepers, and I have to watch it tonight. So I'm actually going to turn that on probably as soon as this ends. But yes, it's Jeepers Creepers, the first one, and I just remember watching it in my basement as a kid the first time it came out. And oh my gosh, Shorty was terrified. And I just love that movie. It's nostalgic for me and it still, scares the crap out of me. So I would always say Jeepers Creepers is my favorite scary movie. And it's crazy because now that I watch it, it does look a little old. And I'm like, dang, girl, you getting old out here. Like the movies from your childhood look like classics. So that's pretty sad, but that is still my all-time favorite movie. And I also love all of the Saw movies. I have yet to see Saw 10, the one that just came out, but I'm absolutely going to be watching that. my husband and I, we binge watched the Saw series this whole month. So we have to end off with Saw 10. Oh, and it's the end of October, so that means we would have to watch it today. I don't know if we can get it on like I don't know if we can get it on television yet. And I think it's half off movies today. So maybe we'll go to the movies. I don't know. I'll let y'all know. Maybe I won't let y'all know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But now we are going to go to Reddit and read some of those scary stories. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm trying to find some creative scary stories on Reddit right now. And apparently there's like a contest winner. So we're at r/no sleep. It says no sleep is a place for predators to share their scary personal experiences. And let's see who was the winner last month. All right. I'm so excited. I am a Scorpio, so that may not mean anything, but I am into horror. I've always enjoyed horror. I have a few scary stories of my own. I'll share one before we get into the ones of Reddit. And it's kind of like a accumulation of scary stories or scary things that I experienced in my lifetime, but more so my childhood. So um, as a kid, I used to see things, entities, if you will. And I remember when I was about 4 years old, I one day was thirsty, and so I woke up out of my sleep, went to go downstairs to get some water, and I remember this so vividly, very vividly. And I've explained this a couple times in my lifetime, but one night I was thirsty. So I woke up out of my sleep very thirsty. So I went downstairs to go get some water. And at this time I shared a room with my older sister who's 2 years older. And I just remember after I went and got some water, I walked upstairs and we left the bathroom light on because, we're kids. You gotta leave a light on. Just in case we need to use the restroom or anything. So as I'm walking back up the steps, the light from the bathroom is on, and I see a shadow leave from the bathroom and walk into my bedroom where my sister's still sleeping. And I was creeped the F out. So I ran to my parents' bedroom, and at the time they had a water bed. And I used to always try to sleep with my parents, so they would always kick me out. But I tried to like, be discreet about it, but the bed was shaking because it was water bed. So I was like, oh, they're gonna kick me out, and I was so scared. But they didn't kick me out. My sister was alive in the morning, and when I told her about it, she was very mad that I didn't come and wake her up or rescue her. But like, girl, what I'm supposed to do? The whole shadow just walked in the room. I'm scared. What am I supposed to do? Fight the shadow? But that's just one of the things that I experienced as a kid. There were a lot more experiences that I had, not just in that apartment, also in a house that we moved into. Um, just very quickly scratches in the shower on me, my mom, and my sister. I'm sure my dad got him too, but he never admitted to it, which I thought was very weird because why are you the only one that's not getting scratched? But yeah, maybe he wanted us to make us feel like we were delusional. But later, my stepmom and little brothers moved into that house, and they also experienced we call them the PAs for paranormal activity, but they also experienced some things too. But yeah, that ooh, one of the scariest experiences I had in that house. So, and I know I said I would do it real fast, but yeah, one time I was at home alone, and this was after school. I was on the phone with one of my friends, and we're just chatting it up. So I'm distracted, just chatting it up. The TV's on. I'm on the phone with my friends, and all of a sudden, clear as day, from the basement, I hear in my sister's voice my name. I hear her call my name just as she normally would, but it was clear as day, enough to like stop me in my conversation, loud enough that, it was loud enough to go over the TV. So I stopped and I was like, Annie? but I know she's not home. And that was the only time I hear it. It was like, Maya. And so I had called my sister's name and I was like, Ani, no response. So then I was on the phone with my friend and I'm like, hold on, girl, stuff is getting real over here. Hold on. So then, she's just on the phone and, I know that there's paranormal activity up in this house. So that, um, you know, ignorantly, I start talking to it, and they say that if you hear something, you're not supposed to respond to it. You're not supposed to answer it. But I didn't know that. So after I said my sister's name, no response, I said, if you want me to leave, let me know. Give me a sign. Nothing happens. And I was like, if you want me to stay, let me know. Give me a sign. No response. Girl, I was freaked out anyway, so I just left. I left the house anyway. I sat on the porch, called my dad, and I was like, hey, it's some stuff going down. Come home. So then, whole time he's not there. I'm on the porch. I'm still on the phone with my friend, and I'm like, "Girl, I'm scared. I don't know what to do." And so my dad he comes home. I'm still on the porch, and he thinks I'm crazy because again, my dad never admitted to having any kind of experiences. He just always made us feel like we're crazy, which also made me feel like, are these yours? These your people? Did you summon these people? Like, why are you on their side trying to make us seem crazy? But yeah, he still lives there. He still lives there. So does my little brothers and my stepmom. And last I talked to her a couple years ago about it, she said she hadn't experienced any more paranormal activity. So that's good. Also, when we first moved in the house, my nana, who's a very religious lady, she came and prayed over the house and she said that she felt something. So then we had somebody else also come and pray over the house. And we just continued to live there. My mom, after the scratches that we got in the shower, she did some research to figure out if anyone passed in the house. And the only thing she found was that a lady passed from like an asthma attack in the house or something like that. But we don't know. I can't remember if we found out if she actually passed in the house or what, but I feel like that entity wasn't a lady. It wasn't. It wasn't. And one, I'm just gonna keep going because well, I'm just gonna move on because I could literally keep going all night with stories about things that I've experienced in that house. But it's not fun, not fun at all. But since I moved out of that house, I haven't had any experiences. And I'm just laughing because there was another thing I thought of, and this one is very quick. It wasn't an experience. One day I was upset with my mom. This was after my parents divorced, and I was mad at her, so I went to go stay at my dad's house. And so when I get to my dad's house, all of the lights are off and they won't turn on. So I hadn't talked to my dad. I just assumed he would be home or whatever. So I call him and I'm like, "Hey, the lights are off or whatever, like they weren't turned on." He was like, yeah, there's a power outage, we're at a hotel, what are you doing there? And I was like, oh, I just had my friend drop me off here. And he was like, oh, okay. So I was like, whatever, I'll just stay here. So I'm literally just laying on the couch on my phone, and then something just reminded me, like, girl, you're gonna stay in this creepy house, no lights, no electricity, and there's paranormal activity in here. And then I was like, mm. And that was enough to make me call my mom. Even though I was mad at her, we was beefing. I did not want to be around her. Yeah, I rather make up with her than go ahead and choose death. No, so she came and got me, and we rode off into the sunset because I was not about to stay there by myself with no electricity. Girl, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Anyways, back to the Reddit scary stories as I sip my Candyman margarita. Mm, very delicious. And I feel like I absolutely put more tequila in here. So the fact that I still like that better says a lot about that one. All right. So this Reddit story is the winner of r/no sleep, which is Reddit/no sleep, September 2023. And this one is titled, "This morning I found a note card taped to my steering wheel. I wish I had thrown it away." Okay. Don't know if I want to get into this because I'm actually kind of creeping myself out with all of those memories, and we're gonna do it anyway. Pray for me. Okay. When I reach when I reached my car this morning in the apartment complex parking lot, I noticed a white 3x5 inch note card taped to my steering wheel. I was confused how it got there since I was OCD about locking my car at all times. I unlocked the car and sat in the driver's seat to better read the note. In black cursive writing, the note read, "Take an alternative route to work this morning." Sounds like an angel to me so far. I stared at the note card for a good minute, trying to process how the hell it would have gotten there. After letting my thoughts run wild, I tossed the note card into my passenger seat. I started driving my usual route to work, thinking this was some kind of joke. I don't care if it's a joke, I'm taking the alternate route. What? Anyways, as I waited at the red light to turn onto the highway, I picked back up the note card and stared at the message again. In a manner aimed more towards speaking to myself, I blurted the words out. Why the hell would I take a different route to work that would it almost 45 make it almost a 45-minute drive? Realizing I was talking to a note card, I looked at myself in my rearview mirror and laughed. The note card slipped out of my hand and fell onto its reverse side on my lap. Another note was written on the backside of the paper that stated there will there will be a shooting at the red light after you get off the highway exit ramp. You will be shot if you take that route. What the hell? I felt a sickening knot in my stomach after reading. I flinched once I heard the car honk behind me, irritated by my distraction from the light, which turned green. I stepped on the gas and you turned away from the highway exit. Good. Thank God she has some sense. Almost causing a wreck as I did so. I took the long way to work and arrived about 20 minutes late. Who cares? You're alive. My boss, Butch, called me into the office the second I walked through the front door. I still had the note card in my hand and quickly folded it in half, shoving it into my back pocket. "Why the hell are you late?" Butch said. Why is he talking to this employee like that? "I just had a rough morning and I had to take the back roads," I said. "Son, you're full of nothing but excuses. What is up with this boss? This is why I'm passing you up for your promotion. I can't have a senior manager working under me that can't take responsibility for the little things he screws up. It doesn't sound like he needs this job," said Butch. Well, that's what I said. I don't feel like he needs to be here because Butch doesn't need to be running people. Butch doesn't need to be the manager of okay? "But, sir, I have the highest performance numbers of any other manager here in this building. You have nobody else here that would have brought the company as much money as me," I said with passionate anger. "Results driven, yes, you are. But dependable? After this morning's late instance, I just don't see you as a fit for senior manager. I need someone who is consistent. You can leave the office now. You can leave the office now. This conversation is over." Butch has some nerve. Butch has no compassion, didn't ask, "Are you okay?" Anyways, we're going to keep going with the story. I stormed out of the office and walked back to my car so I could just be alone and cool myself down. You go, Reddit user. Still pissed off, I grabbed and folded the note card from my back pocket. I shouted out loud in my car at the note card. How you gonna be mad at the thing that saved your life? "Stupid note card." He said, "Stupid magic note card. Does Butch just not like me or something? Why would he pass me up knowing that I'm the best performer?" This was the only time I had ever been late. I yelled with veins pumping in my head. I opened the fo- I opened the folded note card, my anger quickly turning to shock once I saw a longer message this time. The What the hell kind of magic note card? The message was written in the same cursive writing. What the hell is this magic note card? It's blowing my mind. What is this fake? "Butch passed you up for the promotion because he is having an affair with one of your coworkers." Ooh, juicy tea, magic note card. "He was looking for a reason to downplay your hard work. He will announce her promotion tomorrow morning." The anger came back into my flush red cheeks after reading. For a minute, I seemingly forgot about the metaphysical anomaly I was experiencing with a magic note card, right? That was answering all my questions. Instead, my anger got the best of me. filling me with thoughts in my head, going back to the office and beating Butch over the head with whatever I could find, the magic note card, because that would have done the trick, right? Remembering that the note card answered my question this morning with a continued note on its reverse side, I yelled out loud, how Butch could get away with this, and if I had any shot of promotion in that company. I flipped the note card to the answer, and saw the answer to my question. The note read, he would commit suicide. Ooh, this is dark. He would commit suicide. I don't know if I could say that on YouTube. He would commit slip and slide in 2 weeks. Before that, he will take the life of your coworkers he is sleeping with that gave him HIV. What is this note card? Who wrote this? There will be two open positions as a result, both of which you will be able to apply to. I sat in silence reading the note over and over, feeling disturbed and uneasy. I wasn't supposed to know this. It felt pervasive and wrong. And to have access to this kind of information was wrong. I decided I needed to just go home and drove off, folding the note card and putting it in my back pocket. I will be asking this note card, like, what are the winning numbers to the lottery? Like, what do I need to do to bump into, like, whatever person I need to bump into to get ahead in life? Like, let's ask this note card better questions. How to win the lottery so that we don't have to work for this a-hole. Anyways, I sat in silence reading the note over and over, feeling okay. So we already read that part. I decided to just go home and drove off, folding the note card and putting it in my back pocket. I noticed police cars as I turned into the ramp leading to the highway. Several cars were littered with bullet holes. I got home and poured myself a glass of whiskey, hoping that alcohol would somehow unlock a logical algorithm in my brain to help me understand what had just happened today. And so that we're going to take a sip of the candy, man. Yes, Lord. All right. I brought the bottle of whiskey to my office room where I logged into my computer and started Googling anything related to a note card suddenly appearing to anyone. I found nothing but links to fictional books because this is sounding very fictional, Reddit user. This is sounding very fictional. Still sitting at my computer, I pulled out the note card and folded it in half again. I asked, who put the note card in my steering wheel? I took a long sip of my whiskey before I opened the note card and read the words that followed. And before we read the words that followed, we're gonna take another sip of the Candyman. Mm, hope you're having a nice beverage too. It likes to go by the name Truth. The words on the letter said. I asked the note card, is Truth a person? Before flipping it to the other side. Truth is not a person, the word said on the card. What exactly does truth look like? I asked the card. Apparently, it looks like a note card. Turning it around immediately to the other side. Truth has 6 legs and 4 arms. It has no eyes, 8 ears, and 15 mouths covering its body with sharp teeth. Mm, I don't like that. My eyes went wide as I read the description in fancy black cursive writing. Fear tickled my senses, causing the hairs on the back of my neck to stand up. I asked the card two dreaded thoughts on my mind. What does it want from me? And why did it give me this note card? I said out loud and slowly turned the note card over to read the backside. It wants you to ask it that question yourself. It's standing right behind you. I don't want anything with 6 legs, 4 arms, no eyes, 8 ears, and 15 mouths covered with sharp teeth standing behind me. That was my bad. I got a little scared, but there was that thumper back there. I was like, wait a minute, it's a shadow. All right, anyway, that's the only thing that I'm benefiting from this weight gain. All right, back to the story. And it's standing right behind you. I dropped the note card after reading, but I dared not move. I just sat staring straight ahead into my computer. I didn't want to see this ugly truth standing right behind me. Can't be too sure. A few moments later, I heard somebody opening my front door. Baby, we really need to talk. I heard my girlfriend shout from the kitchen. Oh, I was hoping you had somebody you live with, girl. I forgot I had given her a key to my apartment. Why she just walk in? Well, I guess you did give her a key. That like, well, nah. Anyways, don't come back here. Please just leave. I shouted, hoping she would save herself from the sight of this grotesque thing behind me. I heard my girlfriend's footsteps getting louder and louder coming towards my office room. What the hell has gotten into you? What are you? Her voice cut off suddenly as it reached the doorway. It's been 3 hours since I heard her voice. I'm still sitting at my computer, not daring to look behind me. I have kept the brightness on my screen turned up to avoid seeing any glimpse or reflection of the thing behind me. I don't know if my girlfriend is still standing at the doorway or if this thing did something to her. So you're just gonna sit there for 3 hours? I don't believe you. I have about a half a bottle of whiskey left, and we're gonna take a sip of the Candyman to that. Hmm. I am posting this hoping anyone can give me an idea of what the hell will happen when I turn around. I decided as soon as the whiskey runs out, I will finally turn around. I think you should have turned around 3 hours ago. The description alone from the note card has scared me shitless to face it, but eventually I have no choice but to face the ugly truth. I mean, the thing saved your life. I don't think it's going to harm you now. Like if it wanted to do that, it would have let you drive off the highway. So let's read a couple comments because that was the end of the story. And I don't know why this was the winner because this story was very mid. Imagine being called truth. The guy you just helped out calls you ugly. Oh, it says imagine being truth and the guy that you just helped calls you ugly. My feelings would be hurt. Mm, mm, exactly. It saved you from all this trouble so far. Why would it wish you harm now? Exactly. Exactly. All right. And that's all we're going to read from those comments. And since that one was so mid, maybe we'll read whatever one from August 2023. Let's see. Okay, that one won't load. Oh. I'm stuck inside a Dollar General Beyond. No. Um, that was the winner. A customer unexpectedly left me some money in his will. I wish I knew what he was trying to tell me. No. My boyfriend and his friends have a monthly game night, and last night I disrupted their sinister tradition. We're going to read that one. And this one will be the last one. Let's see how long it is. Ooh, it's pretty long. It's longer than the first one. Dang. I'll try to read it. I don't want to read all of this. This is a whole novel. Like, we don't want to read all of that. Like, if anything, that should have been the first one I read. So, we'll try to go for I'm stuck inside a Dollar General Beyond. Okay, this one is a little shorter. I'm trying to think. Should I read it? It all started because I had to go to the bathroom. I was on my way home after work, having worked a double, and I had just gone before I left work. It wouldn't have been a problem. I was in such a hurry to get home because I knew I was going to have to go back and do it again in 8 hours. My relief had, damn, gotta work again in 8 hours? Oh, yeah, they just did double. Okay, this is why it's taking me so long. My relief had called out about 30 minutes before my shift ended, and though the manager was sympathetic, he said I had to stay unless I could find someone to cover for me. Like, that's the manager's job. They're the ones. Anyways, these don't just make me mad because why are you guys letting your bosses take advantage of you? 8 hours later, I staggered out the front door and into my car so I could go home and pass out in time to do it again tomorrow. I was about halfway home when I got struck with the overwhelming urge to use the bathroom. It wasn't one of those you can hold it kind of warnings. It was a you're going to pee in the toilet or in your pants, but you only have about 2 minutes or so. So you pull the trigger on that decision. Kind of warnings. I was about 20 minutes from home, and every place I passed on the way was dark and locked up for the night. I had just about decided to pull over to the side of the road when I saw a comfortable glow from a Dollar General sign in the distance. I pulled in, figuring it was actually open. I'd use their bathroom, and if not, I just go behind the building. It was about 10:30 at night, and I was surprised when I saw the open sign was lit up. The sign was a little different too, not the usual Dollar General logo. As I got closer, I saw that I had pulled into a Dollar General Beyond. I wasn't a type of Dollar General. It wasn't a type of Dollar General I was familiar with, but beggars couldn't be choosers. Couldn't be choosers. I heard the comfortable ding of the automatic door as I walked in, and it put me at ease. The personal speakers that some manager had rigged into the sound system were playing soft rocks from one of the local stations, and overhead fluorescent lights flickered and crackled in a way that makes you think they were just about to go out. The doors closed behind me with an almost ominous thump, but I shook it off as my bladder throbbed again. I found a tired looking blonde woman standing behind the counter as she seemed barely coherent. So she didn't look at me when I walked in, and when I asked for the bathroom key, she turned her head minutely, minutely, and offered me a fluorescent pink fly swatter with a key hooked to the bottom. I nearly ran to the bathroom, slipping the key in as I opened the door and paused in confusion. I opened the door to find another Dollar General. What? A Dollar General inside a Dollar General? It was the same as when I went in. The same stagnant soft rock played over the speakers, the same fluorescent buzzed over my head, the same tired salt pepper flake, salt and pepper fake linoleum scuff underfoot. I thought they were calling a lady salt and pepper. I was a little mesmerized as I stepped inside, the feeling of vertigo momentarily but awful as I let the door snap shut behind me. My need to pee was forgotten, and I looked around, and I would be too distracted to remember it for a while. There were only two differences between this Dollar General and the one I had stepped out of. One was the disappearance of the blonde woman. I had thought maybe I had gotten turned around somehow, but just a tired trick in the mind until I walked up to the counter. The woman was gone, but it wasn't something that seemed odd right away. She had probably just gone into the office to count the drawers so she could go home. And I rang the bell at the desk as I called for help. I rang a dozen times or so, calling loudly for someone, but no one came out. I jumped the counter then, but the office behind it was empty. I checked the back, checked every aisle, but those were empty too. The second difference was that all of the doors out of the store were locked and refused to budge. I was getting too weird. It was getting too weird by now. And I really wished I had just peed behind the store, which was just as sketchy if you ask me. Like there's probably a murderer behind there. I went to the doors and pushed on them, looking for a lock or something, but there was nothing on the smooth surface. There was no mechanism to unlock the door either. The door was simply unmoving. I went into the back, meaning to go out the back door, but that door was also locked. After about 30 minutes of looking for the key or some way out, I sat down at the counter and decided that maybe I had been locked in for the night. The blonde that looked half brain dead had probably just left suddenly and locked me in. If she had, then why leave the lights and music on? I pondered it for a few moments. But eventually I shrugged it and decided to call the police so that they could come get me. I didn't want one of the cops to drive by on a routine patrol and think that I was stealing. What's more, I had to be back at work before Dollar General opened up. My boss was not going to be happy if I was late and unlikely to believe me that I was trapped in the Dollar General. So I took out my cell phone, but when I dialed 911, all I got was weird static. I dialed a few more numbers, but each time the static got louder and louder and angrier. And eventually, I stopped trying. The 5G, however, still worked. So guess that's lucky for you guys. I decided that if I couldn't reach them, I would at least tell them what was going on. That I opted to make a sign so that if someone saw me, they wouldn't think that I was there robbing the place. So I set about looking for something to make a sign with, and luckily for me, it was a Dollar General. About 2 minutes later, a sign I had made out of construction paper taped to the door, letting them know I was stuck in here and needed help. After that, I stepped away from the door and tried to decide what to do now. My bladder groaned again. I remember why I had stopped there in the first place. I opened the door to the bathroom, and hey, what did you know it? There was another Dollar General in there. I must have opened the bathroom door and stepped through about 4 times before I decided to go in the water fountain. My business completed, I decided to have a bite. I walked around finding some cold sandwiches, chips, a soda, and a little ice cream and took it to the front. The self checkout wouldn't work, so in the end, I just left some money on the counter and figured I'd pay the difference when they open tomorrow. As I sat eating, the food balanced on my lap as the lawn chair. Oh, I guess that's lawn chair. Lawn chair I found allowed me to eat something other than allowed me to eat off of something other than the floor. I found myself feeling oddly comfortable. This wasn't the kind of place you were supposed to eat in. It was a tantamount, ooh, big word. It was a tantamount to camping in a car wash, as it felt like something was watching me as I munched on my food. I had set up near the door, and as I found my eyes straying back to it again and again, I noticed something else strange. I was next to a pretty busy road, and approaching midnight or so, I should have seen headlights or some kind by now. We were right beside a busy highway, and the idea that not much so long as a log truck of a delivery vehicle had cruised by all night was very strange. It was then that I noticed, after looking back at the door for about a tenth time in 2 minutes, that my sign was gone. I left my food in the chair, thinking maybe it had fallen down, but it was nowhere to be found either. The tape I had used to stick up there, the markers I had left on the counter, even the package of the poster card, that was gone. I walked around saying hello again, thinking someone had come and found my mess before cleaning it up. But if you were sitting there the whole time. Alright, anyways. But I was still alone in this store. I made a new sign and hung it up on the window. As I returned to my slightly melted ice cream, I kept looking back at it. I looked at it mistrustfully, waiting for it to disappear again. But it stayed stuck to the door, just as the last one had, until it had suddenly gone missing, that was. After finishing my little dinner, I grabbed some bedding from a end cap near the middle of the store and some chair pads from the same area. I figured I wouldn't get more than a few hours before someone came in and asked what the hell I thought I was doing, and settled in to get some sleep. I tried to send a text to my boss to let him know what was going on, but the text just sat there unsent. I sighed and closed my eyes, getting comfy as I tried to fall asleep. I nodded off eventually and woke up 10 hours later to the same scene. I was a little concerned when I looked at my phone and saw what time it was, but I was even more concerned when I realized the sun still wasn't up. No one had tried to call me and no one had arrived to ask me what the hell I was doing there. And that was when I sat down to write this. As I said, the 5G seems to work very well, but I can't so much as make a phone call from my phone. The outlets seem to work as well, and there are plenty of chargers here to keep my phone from dying. I don't seem to be in any danger of starving either. I have food, water, and power, but no way out. I don't know how long I can stay here or wherever I am, but it appears I have found something incredible and inescapable. It's funny. My friends and I used to joke about the number of Dollar Generals in any given place. They seem to all get closer and closer to each other, and I once made a joke about how one day I turn down an aisle and find myself in an entirely different Dollar General. Enter the back area, a new Dollar General location. Fall through a hole in the floor, you drop right into a newly constructed Dollar General. We laugh about it over beers. Perfect time to sip my Candyman. Mm. But it seems a lot less funny now. I'll keep you all posted. I suppose this would count as my first day in Dollar General Beyond, and I'll let you know if I discover anything new. If you come across one, don't stress it enough to. Oh, if you come across one, I cannot stress enough to avoid Dollar General Beyond at all costs. If you do, for God's sake, don't enter the bathroom. There are forces at work, and I don't think anyone understands. There are, um, or there is a part two and a part three to this, but it's already been an hour of this live stream. So thank you so much for watching. Again, don't forget to like and please subscribe so that you can help me grow here on YouTube. Thank you again for joining me at my virtual Halloween party. I hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween and you guys find some scary movies or you read some scary stories and you have a good Halloween cocktail or two and eat some candy or something. Thank you guys again. I am Lifestyle with NRH and I hope to see you at my channel watching another video of mine very soon.